How's everybody doing? My name is Kurt Friedrich and I'm the owner driver for CFRacing, and welcome to our fourth post-race video of the 2024 season. First off, I want to thank my family for their continued support coming out to the track and helping me out. I also want to thank our sponsors, Kristen Murphy with Meraki Realty, brokered by Real. Kristen Murphy is a real estate agent in the Richmond area. She also does a lot with the Richmond community and also does a lot with the military community in the Richmond area. If anybody's needing any help with buying or selling a home, reach out to her. I'll put her contact information in the description below. She'll be glad to help you with your real estate needs. I also want to thank Gems by Denny on eBay for their continued support. Gems by Denny on eBay is basically an online sales website. They sell cheap, loose gemstones and settings for buyers at their home who kind of want to customize their own jewelry pieces and put a little bit of individual touch to their jewelry pieces. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the notes. First, we'll talk about the story. Basically, we call this part the story of the day. Actually, let me back up a second. You'll kind of see that I don't have the body on the go-kart in this video. Basically because it was a very eventful day. Body does need a little bit of touch. It's not highly damaged, but it does need some work over the next few weeks before our next race. And also there's some things on this chassis that I want to work on. The next thing that I'm approaching work-wise to try and improve the handle on this chassis. And it's going to be easier for me to do all that with the body off of the go-kart. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the story of the day. So let's begin with practice. First time going out on the track in Margarettsville. This is a Margarettsville Speedway. First time going out on that track. Go-kart was just wobbling all over the place. At first I thought something was broke on the go-kart. So I just kind of took it easy, filled it out. Basically the way it felt was like I was driving on the beach. There was a lot of sand on the track from it just being watered and stuff, so I thought maybe that was also part of it. Come off the track and talked with some people, see if they felt the same thing. They said that it was speed wobble. So Margarettsville is a bit larger track, a faster track. They said these carts are traveling faster, and it creates kind of a wobble with the go-kart going down the straightaways. I never felt that before. It took me by surprise. Hey, you know, so it's kind of part of the circumstances we got to deal with at Margarettsville. Better get used to it and go out there in the next practice run and see what I can do to get comfortable with that steering wobble. It was also, the way some of the bumps were going into turn 3, it was a lot worse going into turn 3 than it was going into turn 2 or turn 1. But then yeah, basically the second round of practice, that was the focus, was figure out how to deal with the steering wobble. Going into they did heat races, not qualifying laps, they did heat races. Going into heat races, so we, hold on, I got my cards a little bit, no, they're in order. Going into the first heat race, we started second and got passed for going back to third on the first lap, and then on the following lap on the front stretch, that steering wobble caught up to me and I was slammed on the side of somebody on the right side of their go-kart going down the straightaway. You know, for me it was kind of an embarrassing moment. Here I am hitting somebody on the straightaway, like I can't even keep the go-kart going straight. But when I talked to those guys afterwards, and hey, you know, I think everybody kind of understands that it's just part of the deal at that track. Ended up finishing that heat race in 5th. I'll be honest, with the second heat race, I think it was just running the norm, basically just another practice run. I'll be honest, I really don't even remember what happened in the second heat race. I probably got shuffled back in the back of the pack, and that's where I ran and just tried to log laps. But we'll get to that here in a second. Going to the races though, both races pretty much started in 4th place in both races. The first race I just dropped back to 5th and stayed there the whole time, could not keep up. Probably spun out a couple times there too. The last race Pro and Clone Heavy, that's kind of where things got a little bit more exciting. Um, on the initial start, I fell from 4th all the way back to 5th, last place. And I thought, hey, you know, that's where I'm going to run. There was another caution. I let that guy restart it. He's the one who spun out. I let him restart ahead of me just because he was faster than me. I thought, you know, why hold the guy up? And then next thing I know, I'm keeping pace with him. And then he spins out, and then I'm going to take that position again on the restart. Once that was the final restart of the day. We get going, and I don't feel him beating on my back bumper to try and pass me or anything like that. So hey, you know, now I'm faster than this guy. And then every time I slipped up the track, he let me know it. He came up and hit me on the back bumper, trying to knock me out of his way. And so yeah, I knew he was there for the remaining part of the race. And from then it was just hold on the best I can. And then I remember something when I was leading a few weeks ago at Capital City. I made a mistake, race car driving, racing 101. When I was in the lead, I was failing to hit my marks, which, you know, that to me that's as basic as it gets. I think at that time I was just so excited about being in the lead, I just forgot what to do. In this case, for us, not finishing last is like almost a win to us, especially with only 5 karts in the race. Then the focus was hit your laps, and then hey, 3 laps to go, and then you know, the cart's getting really tight, hard to turn, and then I'm counting down the turns. 5 more turns, 4 more turns, white flags coming out. Last lap, just hitting your marks, 1 more lap, 1 more turn, and then brought it home in 4th place. So. Also want to say that was the best the kart had handled all day long. So really glad with being able to come out with not finishing last out of 5 go-karts in one of the races. I'm really glad for improving the go-kart throughout the day. I think we did make progress through and overcome a lot of the challenges that the track was giving us. So with that, we'll go into what our goals were. Goals were to finish races. So the first race was 15 laps. The second race was 20 laps. We finished both races. So hey, that's a big deal for us. It's the first time we finished a 20 lap race all the way going back to last year. The second goal was a tire test. There were some things that I wanted to try learning from Capital City that I thought maybe would work at this track. I can say they did not work. They did not work at this track. But what did we learn from that? We learned what this particular weekend did not work. When we go to the track again, we'll try that again. The same tire testing thing that I was trying this week, we'll try again Capital City, see how that works. And then learn what the kart is doing on the track. I didn't learn anything about what to do to change the go-kart, but I definitely did learn some things about what to do to get the go-kart to find out what it wants to get around the track a little bit better. For example, it would really try to pull left on the straightaways. There were a few things I was doing trying to keep it from pulling so hard left, where I can go back and be at the high part of the track to get my apex going in the corner. There's also a big bump going into turn 3. I was learning what to do to handle that bump when to get back onto the gas. So there were a few things there I learned from what the go-kart wants. So with that, we'll go into the results from the race weekend. So we had the races were clone heavy and clone pro heavy. There was no clone medium. So clone heavy and clone pro heavy. I think the difference was pro heavy was paying $500 to win. There were 5 go-karts in each race. For the heat races, we started heavy in 2nd place and finished 4th. In pro clone heavy, we started the heat race in 3rd and finished 4th. For the races in clone heavy, we started 4th and finished 5th. For pro clone heavy, we started 4th and finished 4th. So yeah, again, like I said, it was overall a challenging day. Did have a whole lot of fun out there, learned some things and ready to go back again. Our next race there is going to be a VDKA race. That's going to also be a very challenging weekend, but we're looking forward to putting it to the test. Again, I want to thank our sponsors, Krista Murphy with Meraki Realty, brokered by Real, Jim's by Danny on eBay, and also we are looking for some associate sponsorship. If anybody's interested in being part of racing and getting a little bit more exposure for the brand, let us know. We'd be glad to have you come on board. And also know that when you're a sponsor, you're not just putting a sticker on our go-kart, we also consider you part of the team. I also want to thank the help, Lou, one, for coming out to the track and helping me, two, for filming this video. And I also got to thank Tad. He did help a little bit out at the track. He put a tire or two on the go-kart and put some lug nuts on the go-kart, so he did help out. Also, don't forget to subscribe. We're still at 9. We're still looking to get to those double digits. Please subscribe to these videos. And then when you do subscribe, you see the ticker go from 9 to 10. Know that you're the one who got us into the double digits and had that milestone. Also, don't forget to like, comment, rate, share, all of the above. And that does it for us for the next few weeks. But we'll be getting the body back on it and get some maintenance done and get this thing ready for the next race at Capital C Speedway. Until then, take it easy.